This is Fulfillment Inspirational, and my name is Shegun Duyebo. Okay, yesterday we actually talked about how to represent yourself when your parents fail in their role, in their duty. And we began, I told you that it's going to be a series. This is a series. And so yesterday we took our time to look at um, um, what parents are supposed to do, because we said that it's important that you gain perspective. Unless you understand what parents are supposed to do, if you don't understand what parents are supposed to do, then you probably may not really know how to reparent yourself. So we started by looking at what are parents supposed to do. What's the role of parent? What are the rules of parent? What are the responsibilities of parent? And then it's from there, when you know exactly what parents are supposed to do, that you can then begin to think of how to reparent yourself. So we took time to look at that. And today we are going to be looking at why parents fail in their role. Why do they fail? Why do parents miss it? Why do they get it wrong in parenting us? Because you see, it's important to gain a perspective of why did your parent not do what they are supposed to do, or maybe one of them. It could be one, it could be both of them. Why did they not do what they are supposed to do? What exactly happened? What went wrong? All right. So we're going to look at about 10 of them, and then in the next edition we'll look at the effect of parents not doing their job when parents fail in their role. So the first reason why one of the reasons why some parents fail in their duty is ignorance, primarily ignorance. You see, when people do not know, you cannot give what you don't have. When people do not know what they are supposed to do, or when they do not know the implication of their negligence of duty, the tendencies are very high that they will really not do well what they are supposed to do. And so many parents have failed in their duty, on their role towards their children, because they really are ignorant. They really don't know. Now, the fact that somebody is educated formally does not mean the person is not ignorant. Somebody can be educated and still not be aware of the implications of his or her negligence of parental duties. There are many people who have neglected their parental duties out of ignorance. Okay, so one of the reasons why your parent might have failed might be the fact that they really just don't know. All right. Number two, some parent fails on their duty because of their economic standard. Their economic status, the standard of living might be low, or they do not have the economic power. Of course, that's not an excuse, but a lot of people shy away from their duty, from their responsibility, when they feel that they are not financially buoyant. So we have a situation where one of the parents, sometimes the two of them, might actually run away because they feel that they are not economically able to discharge their duty. We've had cases of men who ran away because their wife delivered another baby. Some because their wife delivered twins or triplet, and they just bolt away. And the reason why they do that is because they feel that they are not financially capable. There are some women who also do that, who just abandon their children because they are not financially capable. So the economic status of an individual or of parents can make them not to discharge their duty. They might either run away, or they might be absentee parent. They are around, but really they are not really around. Okay. Number three could be prejudice. Sometimes some parents have some opinions about, I should call them unfounded opinions about a particular child. Sometimes about children in general. They just have certain reasons. Maybe they felt that the child has done something for them while the child was young, or probably the child has a tendency towards the other parent or something. They just have some biases in their mind, and because of the bias, they are unable to do their job. They are unable to play their role in the life of the child. So many parents have, it's not because they don't have the money, not because they don't have the means to take care of the child, but just because they have certain biases, there are certain opinions in their mind, so they will abandon their responsibility towards the child. And then number four is preference. Sometimes parents prefer one child over the other, and the child that is not preferred is the one that really suffer the pain, the injury of parental negligence. So sometimes some parents do not perform their parental duties, because a particular child is not their preferred child. And so, because a child is not preferred child, they probably may not send the child to school, or may not give the child certain care or certain attention, and that will have a negative effect on children. We are just looking at why do parents fail in their duty, because you've got to know why they fail in their duty. When you check everyone who had his father or mother not there for him or her, you will find out that there is a reason behind it, and those reasons fall within the ambit of these things that we are discussing. Then, number five, the temperament of the parent might also be another problem. Some parents will have temperaments that are not the best, sometimes actually also create problem for their children, or they are unable to perform their duty. For example, if some parents who have relaxed or laid back personality, they may end up not really pushing to really help the child. They may not be able to go beyond the convenience. So their temperament just makes them unable to go beyond their convenience, so they don't do much for the child. And then you have parents who probably are outgoing, who just they're just everywhere. They're partying type. They love to be in the midst of your friends and all of that. And for that reason, they're just not able to discharge their duties. So the temperament of parents also can affect how they discharge their duty towards a child. Number six could be pressure of work. Some parents, in the bid of trying to make ends meet, they go out from morning till night, they are not around. Some are selling things, or entrepreneurs, and they're trying to grow their business. They don't come back until 10, 11, and then they get out the next day. Some work with a firm, and all that. And so the pressure work, either personal work or organizations they work for, the pressure work make them unable to perform their duty, to perform their role. So some parents are not performing their duty, sometimes not because they don't want to perform their duty, but because of the pressure work that they have. Number seven is the issue of polygamy. Sometimes you have situation in which a man marries more than one wife, or, and of course there are sometimes where a woman marries two husbands, and because of that, the child that is locked in between might actually suffer. There are cases where a man has 2, 3 wives and just doesn't have time for the children. So the mother have to take responsibilities. And God forbid, in the cases where the mother is dead, the child might be left on his own or her own to fend for himself or herself. And the reason for that is because the man has more than one wife. So polygamy becomes a reason for pressure that the man is unable to do his job. And the same thing goes for women who probably have married more than one husband. And then you have the seventh issue, which is it's funny, but it's true. Sometimes you have situations where people are wayward. The man, the woman, most often than not, I think the women, some women just have challenge with the fact that they go after men. And because of that, they are unable to do what they're supposed to do on their children. You know, if a mom is wayward and the woman is still there, it's still okay. It's still can be manageable. But when the mother is wayward, it's a terrible thing for the child, because then the child will not be able to get the best. Okay, so I'm just saying that one of the reasons why people don't perform their duties over their children is because of waywardness. All right, and then the eighth reason, which is the last one I'm going to mention for today, is spiritual reasons. Now, either you like it or not, there are spiritual reasons behind some cases, some situations that people find themselves. So when parents are unable to perform their duty, their roles in the lives of children, sometimes it's spiritual. There might just be some spiritual forces behind it. There might just be some attack somewhere. It could just be an attack on the parent, it might be an attack on the child. I've had situations where a woman was attacked because there was there was a diabolic intention by the person that the woman had offended, to ensure that the woman does not enjoy her children. And so what was done was to actually cast a spell on her, and then she she did some things that were wrong, and then she was unable to cater for her children, and then the children's life went on like that. So there could be some spiritual factors that are there to make sure that parents do not do their job on their children. But however, I'd like you to take note of this. We only went through these reasons, to help you gain perspective. Because sometimes I've had occasion to speak to people who have situations where their parents were not there for them. And they just wonder, I don't know why my mother couldn't do that, and all of that. And I think if we don't gain proper perspective, we are likely going to blame people unnecessarily, or we might likely also not be able to move forward as we should. But when we gain perspective, proper perspective, we are able to adjust ourselves and adapt ourselves to situations. So what we have done here is to be able to help us to gain perspective of why these things happen. The reality is that they do happen. Parents may not do their job because of any of these reasons that we have mentioned, and there may be other reasons that we have not mentioned. But either they do their job or not, either they play their role or not, you can't blame anybody for your life at a point in your life. So that's why you've got to take responsibility. And we'll discuss that in another session, where we'll talk about why you need to take responsibility, how you can take responsibility for your life. But the next edition, I'm going to be sharing with you what are the effects on an individual. What are the effects on the individual when parents don't do their job? I believe this has helped you in understanding why parents fail on their duty. Till I come your way again, my name is still Shogun. God bless you.